Okay, YouTube VOD started. Oh, I guess I can do this actually. Avatar Mountains? Yeah, so I'm planning a trip to Shanghai. I'm gonna buy my tickets. I just haven't done it yet because I'm working out with my brother how long I can stay at their place and use it as a base while I'm traveling. The mountains where they filmed Avatar 1 are in China near Shanghai, and they're so popular because of that they renamed them to the Avatar Mountains. Yeah, but they're officially called the Avatar Mountains now. It's like when you go to Holland.com. Because that's what everyone's looking for, so that's just what I call it. Yeah, they look like this. Whoa. Yeah, so it's this, but it's actually this structure. And this is there too. It's called like Heaven's Eye. Oh wait, you can't see this. Sorry. Yeah, so these are mountains, and I think this is called Heaven's Eye. It's there too. And then, so this is like a 4-hour bus trip from Shanghai. But in between are a bunch of other like cultural spots. There's the Fwang. I actually don't know what it's called. China Ancient. I don't want to Google things because it might show my address. If I Google geographic things, it's like, did you mean this place near you? China Ancient Town. What's it called? Fenghuang. Fenghuang. Yeah, so this place is on the way. So my plan would be to take the train from Shanghai and like stop at all these places and like stay a night. Like, look how cool this place is. Sorry, I'll hide me. So like I'd love to stay here a night and then probably like another place too. And then go back to Shanghai and explore Shanghai. I don't know how much traveling my parents would like to do. And also my brother and his wife have a kid, so I don't know how much they're gonna want to do, but... Oops, I just didn't mean to close that. But that'll be my, my trip, hopefully. Anyways, thank you all for donating. You're helping me do that. Actually, you're the reason I can afford to do that, so thank you. Okay. We're gonna be finishing Feral today. And then starting Nightshine. There's a lot of reading. So strap in, grab a drink, and hopefully you'll enjoy this chill reading session. Actually, I'll probably stop the sounds. I don't really like the sounds. Yeah, there's no more to this story. I've only written this much. I wrote it when I was like 17, 18. And then it just ends. Maybe I'll finish it one day. Probably not. But chat's being extra nice to me about it, so maybe I should. We'll see. Previously on Feral, in case you weren't here for the rest. Okay, who wasn't here for the rest and wants a recap? Or who... does anybody want a recap? Or should we just go into it? I'll also put you guys up here so you can actually see. Want a recap? Okay. So, this is the world of Menagerie. In the world of Menagerie, people can turn into animals. One animal each. They're like a shifter of a certain animal. We are following V, who is a resident of the country of Zavannah. He is the son of King Ciceron and the Queen Thelm. And traditionally, in this place, the lion son of the Lion King becomes the next Lion King. That's the hierarchy. But V is the son of the king. He's the prince, but he can't shift into anything. So instead of him becoming king, Cicerin declared that Bakari, another teenager who can shift into a lion, would become king instead of V. And on the day of the crowning, Alika... Oh, well, actually, before the day of the crowning, V starts to realize that Bakari is not a cool guy, and he's kind of like, he doesn't believe in the gods. He doesn't have faith in the gods, which is like a big no-no in this world. V, like, can't believe that someone would do that. So, there's a swimming in his mind. He goes to the crowning, and he meets up with Alika, and Alika is a smart girl in his grade. She spends all her time in the library. He, like, doesn't really see her that often. She's not a hunter. She's just really smart and cool. And she seems, like, paranoid, like something's going on. And V's trying to flirt with her, and she's, like, not paying him any attention. And then something happens, and she's like, we gotta get out of here. And he's like, what? She's like, we gotta get out of here, now. And he, like, pulls her away from the crowning through this big crowded area. And brings V to her dad's shop, and then her dad's like, you sure it's happening? She's like, yeah, it's happening. I saw a ladder give the signal, it's happening. So then they pack up their stuff, and they run through the city, and they try to escape. And as they're escaping, they smell smoke. And V looks up, and he sees that the city's on fire. And they're running away out of the city. And they, like, go past the guard. Alika knows the guard. The guard turns into a rhino and, like, guards them while they escape the city, and they're running through the night. And they realize that they're being stalked, so they, like, cover themselves in stuff that smells like grass so that they can't be found, and then they, like, run away. And then we just left off where they were... V and Alika are running away. It's nighttime. They can't tell where they're supposed to be going. It's dark outside. And then they look up to the sky, and the sky has 5 different colored stars. There are 5 gods, and each god has a color. So there's red, blue, white, green, and yellow stars in the sky. And they call it the realm of the gods because, like, that's where the gods live. And while they're looking up at the sky, V starts to see, like, the red stars of Ibu, the lion god, start, like, glowing and tell him which way to go. And, like, a falling star shoots north, and he's like, okay, we're going north. And that's where we left off, with them getting direction from the sky. Can't wait for Alika to transform into an absolute monster. I don't remember if Alika's animal is revealed within chapter 5 or 6. If not, I will, tell you. Cool story, bro. Thanks, Rocky. I read it myself. Thinking more along Blight Tiger lines. Who, Alika? She transforms into Quail Egg. Well, you know that she's something from Savannah. So. Alright. So, we just left off. They're deciding to go north. Okay. Ready? Chapter 5. Let me take a swig of water first, actually. Want the nerd girl to be secretly super powerful? We'll see. We'll see. Chapter 5. The sun was beginning to rise as V collapsed onto the hard ground beneath a large acacia tree. He'd expected the thick grass to comfort his fall, but also didn't seem to mind that it hadn't. He and Alika had walked the whole night, making good ground while following the trails of the red stars above. The howls of the hyenas had provided more than enough motivation to keep V moving, but now, as the starlight faded, V realized how exhausted he was. Oh, also, Alika told V that Bakari killed his dad, killed the king. And V kind of got over that really fast, so I don't know if that's gonna come up again. I don't remember. Fire Jaguar, thanks for the follow. Okay. He took a large swig from the water skin Alika had given him and edged into the shade. She walked over and sat next to him, propping herself up against the trunk of the tree. V handed her the water skin, and she took it, smiling weakly. I feel like I could sleep for a week, she said, setting the water skin down slowly. Her dark skin was smudged with dust and sweat, and her hair was tangled and dirty. She looked twice as exhausted as V felt. She closed her eyes and rested her head on the tree. Mind if I sleep? She asked lightly. Yeah, go for it, V replied. I'll keep an eye out, he said, giving her a thumbs up before realizing her eyes were closed. V scooted away from her, sitting at the edge of the shade of the large tree. He stared up through the thick canopy, grateful for its protection from the sun. Though it was hardly daybreak, he could already feel the heat of the sun starting to evaporate with whatever energy he had left. Also, I grabbed the night scene because I thought it was night. But now it's not night. So... Well, one sec. This one with the lion? Oh. Okay, great. We'll do this instead. Okay. Day travel during the drought had been almost impossible as water was limited and the sun was way too scorching for it to be bearable. Even if one was able to withstand the heat for short excursions, they would have trouble finding any prey to hunt as even the native animals did their best to hide from the sun. The hyenas, and whoever else was tracking them, would have to stop while the sun was high. However, V did have one concern, and that was the bird shifters. If Alika was right and that it was Bakari who was hunting them, as king, he would have access to all of the hunters in Pridaria. That's the capital city. That would mean that the best hunters of his tribe, the men and women he'd idolized and envied, could be hunting him down this very moment. Maybe I'll get to meet some of them. V laughed nervously and looked back up at the leaves. If they were thick enough to block out the sun, they were thick enough to hide him and Alika from the aerial scout. Or so he hoped. V reached over and grabbed a fallen branch, pulling it into his lap. It wasn't very thick, but the size of his wrist. He dug his hands in the dirt around him till he found an edged rock and began hacking at the branch. When he'd cut it smaller, V started carving away, trying his best to keep his hands and mind busy, but his mind quickly wandered. After the night that he had had, V couldn't help but believe that Alika was telling the truth. 2 days ago, Bakari had warned V that he was meddling in things that he didn't understand, but now V was beginning to piece it together. To V, Bakari had seemed a little off, yet he respected him because Bakari was kind to him. Until 2 days ago, Bakari seemed like the gentle and humble lion shifter who was always ready to please. But V saw now that's exactly what Bakari wanted, to please. He had manipulated V to make him see Bakari as the great son to Cicerin that V could never be. And even worse was that he had done the same to Cicerin. Father. V remembered the screams he had heard in the city when running with Alika. Those weren't shouts of celebration that would have been expected at a crowning. Something wrong must have happened, even before the royal court was on fire. Alika had said that Cicerin had been killed by Bakari, but did that make sense? If Bakari had already been crowned and made king, why would he bother to kill Cicerin? He would already have the power he needed to make the changes he wanted, but the screams and the fire... V put his head into his hands and shut his eyes as memories of the suffocating smoke and that woman's scream clouded his mind. He pushed his palms into his eyes hard, trying to make it stop. He couldn't help but imagine the sights of the city burning, the old castle walls crumbling, the market in flame. And yet, V had run. He shook his head in his hands, digging his hands into his hair. I thought his head was shaved. Anyway... He wouldn't have been any help, and V knew that. He haven't even known, that's a typo. He hadn't even known what was happening at the time. He still didn't even know. Screams and fire, for all V knew, the whole city had burned. The low rumbling sound stirred V from his thoughts. He slowly pulled his hands away from his eyes and was surprised to find them wet with tears. He looked for the source of the sound, but found his vision annoyingly blurry. He wiped his arm across his eyes and blinked them wide, trying to get rid of the tears. The low rumbling sounded again, and V blinked his blurry vision away, looking ahead. Standing in the tall grass was the most magnificent lion that V had ever seen. Easily standing taller than even Ciceron in his shifted form had. But his massive height was not what amazed V. It was the lion's fur. It was long and golden and looked as if it was filled with stars. At first, V thought it was the rising sun reflecting off the golden fur. But as the lion stepped forward, V saw the stars twinkle with each step. It was as if the lion had rolled around in the night sky, filling his fur and mane with the brightest of stars from the night before. That's pretty fun. V jumped to his feet, but found his legs locked in fear as the lion padded slowly up to him. It stopped in front of V, its massive head a mere arm's length away from V's. V shut his eyes, his heart racing. He could feel the lion's eyes looking down on him, but didn't dare move, hoping against all odds that the beast would move on. Dude, it's not gonna happen. He heard a brief sound of movement and knew then and there that the lion was going to eat him. I guess this is it. He hoped that he would be filling enough that the lion wouldn't eat Alika too. That would be nice. Why did I write that? That would be nice. Hopefully the lion would clean up well and Alika would just think that he went on a long walk and got lost, or that he decided to go back home, or that he got eaten by a massive lion made out of golden stars and oh man, I'm not ready to die! Ibu, help me! The rushing sound of wind filled V's ears and he felt a cool air flood over his body, forcing him back and nearly toppling him over. The wind left as soon as it came and V was left with an odd feeling of weightlessness. He opened his eyes and yelped as he saw his body falling to the grass below, lifeless. But if I'm down there, then what? Confused and panicky, V looked down at where his body should have been and was shocked to see only a smudge of shadow. No legs, no arms, just shadow. That's me. Not quite the help that you wanted, is it, young one? Said a deep, rumbling voice like the thunder of an impending storm. V looked up from his body and found the gaze of the lion looking back, its starry eyes twinkling. Did the voice come from him? V must have been way more exhausted than he thought if he was hallucinating talking lions. He moved his hand to slap his face and help wake himself up from the dream, but found that his hand never made contact. Right, he thought. Shadow. Maybe the lion had actually eaten him, and this is what death was like, being a shadow, cursed to roam the earth alone like in the stories elders would tell misbehaving kids. The rumbling sounded again, but it was lighter, almost playful. V decided that it was definitely coming from the giant cosmic lion. V's thoughts stopped short. Giant cosmic lion. With stars? Ibu? V said incredulously. The red stars in the lion's fur shimmered as he shook. Yeah, shimmered as he shook. The low rumbling echoing in the sky. He was laughing. And to think, the smooth voice said with an unmoving mouth, Sova thought you weren't bright. V was sure that if he had had legs, they would have collapsed beneath him from shock. Even as the bodiless shadow, he felt faint. Standing before him was Ibu, the great lion, most powerful among the 5 gods and patron god of Zavanna. V wasn't sure how he was supposed to behave in the presence of a god, so he dropped his eyes to the ground in respect. Ibu, here! V was amazed. A soft tuft of fur touched V's chin, lifting his head back up. He saw Ibu's incredibly long tail swept up below his chin, red stars shimmering against the golden fur. You need not look away, V, Ibu said. It made sense that Ibu, being a god, would know V's name. Yet, there was something about Ibu, being a god, uttering his name, that shook V's being. He recalled the many stories about the great power and strength of the gods, and the other stories about their great wrath and eternal judgment. V said nothing, and did his best to avoid Ibu's eyes, focusing on a flickering star in the main instead. Ibu laughed again, the low rumbling barely audible. A warm feeling of contentment spread over V. He relaxed as he understood that Ibu was not here to harm him, and definitely not here to eat him. Though, V realized, eaten by a lion god would be an excellent way to die. So, YA. Ibu lowered his tail, and V looked up again. Follow me, V. I have something I would like to show you, Ibu said as he began turning away from V in a large, slow motion. His movements were gentle and flowed, making no sound as he walked back towards the grassland. The tall grass began to part as Ibu approached, making a clear path for the lion. V looked on, unmoving. Wait! He shouted suddenly. Ibu stopped and looked back at V, his intense eyes making V look away again. He seemed curious. V was surprised by his outburst. He glanced around and saw Lika, still asleep under the acacia. I can't just leave her, V said quickly. Ibu motioned his head towards V's body, lying beneath his current being. He won't be, the god said playfully. V opened his mouth to speak when a second lion, the one of regular size without a galaxy in her pelt, tread slowly out of the grass beside Ibu and V. She walked behind V and laid beneath the acacia between his body and a sleeping Alika. She will look after you and your friend, Ibu said. He stepped lightly between the parted grass and looked back at V. Now, please follow me, he said. V nodded and Ibu turned, disappearing into the grass. V took a deep breath, looked back to Alika, and then to the lioness who glared back at him. He decided that his best course of action was to do as he had done his entire life and follow Ibu. Damn. This was definitely just written by a Christian me. He breathed again, slowly, and moved into the grass. Alright. End of chapter 5. This is chapter 6. This is where the story ends. I think suddenly, so... Here we go. Final chapter. Okay. Chapter 6. V moved into the grassland, willing himself forward. He didn't look back as the parted grass closed behind him, enclosing him and Ibu in the sea of grass. That's a messy sentence. The tall grass grew higher, so that when V looked up, he could only see a narrow slit of sky. A few paces ahead of V was Ibu, his large form faintly glowing red in the shade of the grass around them. It was eerily silent as the two walked. I think that's the third time I've said eerily silent. It was eerily silent as the two walked, or floated? V corrected himself, looking down as he moved, his shadow form simply floating above the trampled grass left by Ibu. V was surprised to notice that the blades of grass below him were not dry and reedy like he'd seen all over the drought-ridden savanna for years, but were instead extremely lush and bright green, color V had not seen in nature before. What? I guess it's been a drought for a long time. He looked up and saw that with each of Ibu's step, the grass below his massive paws flourished. Ibu's tail hung low behind him, and it too left a trail of sweet-smelling green grass in its wake. V again found himself in awe of the god. Ibu, simply by brushing the grass with his tail, brought life back into the brittle and stiff grassland. For centuries, the people of Menagerie had prayed to the five gods to take care of them and their land. They were the creators and sustainers of their land. Yet, for the past few decades, the Savannans had begun to turn on Ibu and the others, blaming them for the drought of their land. V could always sense that his people were beginning to turn against the gods, and Bakari's anger, nights before, confirmed V's fears. That Savannah was heading to an all-out rebellion against the gods. But now, looking at the life that Ibu brought to his small fraction of grassland, V knew for certain that turning against the gods would be Bakari's and all of Savannah's greatest mistake. Serious. Light began seeping through the canopy above as the walls of grass shortened to their normal height. In front of Ibu, the grass parted again, and V was surprised to see the north gate of Pradaria standing in front of him. The same gate he and Alika had fled through the night before. In a matter of minutes, Ibu had brought V back as far as their whole night's journey. Two guards that V didn't recognize were standing post at the gate, looking out over the grassland. V froze in place as one of the guards turned towards him and Ibu, his eyes scanning the wilderness. Ibu continued to walk towards the gate, and V was surprised to see that neither guard paid them any attention, as if they were invisible. "Can they not see us?" V whispered in question to Ibu. Ibu nodded and walked through the open gate, right between the two oblivious guards. "That's right," he said matter-of-factly. As they walked out of the gate and onto the busy street, V eyed the narrow alley he and Alika had run through the night before. Unlike the previous night, the street was busy and bustling with people running about their daily lives. There were women with baskets on their heads running to the market, groups of guards marching on duty, bird shifters flying overhead on delivery errands, and dozens of children playing by their houses. This was the Pradaria that V was used to. This was normal. So if Cicern had died, why was everything the same? "Look closer, young one." Ibu's voice sounded above the crowd. V looked again at the people. None of the women carrying baskets were turning onto the main street heading to the center of the city, where the Royal Court Market was held. He saw one of the guards relieve another and noticed that they were posted at regular intervals all the way down the street in both directions. People walking were doing their best to avoid looking at the guards, instead keeping their eyes down as they hurried along. V thought that this was very odd. Even though the North Gate was the closest gate to the Royal Court, it was still far enough that security of this intensity was not needed. He almost never saw guards along the outer ring road. That, along with the people's wary expressions and the tense feeling in the air, told V that something had indeed happened. V was looking out over the crowd when he felt Ibu's long tail wrap around him. Startled, V looked down and let out a short yelp that he instantly regretted out of embarrassment, as Ibu placed him on the god's back. V heard the low rumble of Ibu's laugh and was sure that if it was possible, his shadow face was a very flushed shadow face. Dude, this is not edited at all. V heard the low rumble of Ibu's laugh and was sure that if it was possible, his shadow face was a very flushed shadow face. "Sorry if I startled you, V," Ibu said, his voice warm. "Hold on now, we're going up." So he is sitting on Ibu's back. Yeah, okay. V was still recovering from his girlish yell when he heard the instruction. He scrambled to grab a hold onto the starry mane, but his shadow hands were just a smear of shade in the starlight. Panicking, V collapsed forward onto Ibu's backing, praying to the gods he wouldn't fall off. Wait a minute. The irony of his thoughts barely registered as Ibu leapt high into the air. V felt a rush of wind as Ibu cut through the air before landing lightly on the roof of one of the tall buildings lining the street. V began to open his eyes, taking in the view of the city, when Ibu lurched forward, running across the rooftops at incredible speed. V was sure that the city looked beautiful in the bright daylight, but found himself collapsed again on Ibu's back, his face firmly smushed into the god's great mane. As Ibu ran, V decided that he was actually grateful that he wasn't born a bird shifter. V felt himself falling as Ibu jumped down from the rooftops, landing softly on the dry ground. When he was sure that they had come to a stop, V sat up and opened his eyes before carefully climbing off of Ibu. Ibu had taken him back to the royal court, the large open marketplace in front of the grand palace. Unlike the day before, where the courtyard was bustling with people and decorated for the crowning and festivities, the royal court was eerily quiet. Four times? The shops and stands surrounding the market on three sides were closed and abandoned, odd for a sunny summer day despite the heat. All of the colorful decorations had been torn down and the stage from the crowning was gone. There were no shoppers or people running errands or kids playing or animals flying overhead. Wasn't there supposed to be a big fire? V's eyes fell on the only other people in the royal court, a group of 3 who were kneeling down in front of the palace, their backs to V. You couldn't see their faces or even make out their body shape. Their long crimson robes told V that these were priests of Ibu. Their robes wrapped loosely around their bodies, covering them from head to toe, with a hood draped over their heads. V felt hot just looking at them. Ibu walked up beside the priests, and V followed, stepping between them and the palace to see their faces. He was surprised to see that they were all older women, their light gray hair framing quiet faces decorated with red paint. It was customary that priests and priestesses paint their faces on special occasions, with each devotee having his or her own pattern. But these women did not have the elaborate patterns typical of a celebration, such as a crowning. Instead, they each wore the same pattern, a thick vertical line painted down across each closed eye and down the center of their lips. The pattern could only be fully seen when the eyes and mouth were closed, like the 3 women were doing. It was mourning makeup, to show respect and prayer in somber silence. V just stared at the women, his eyes falling to their hands. They were each holding onto a section of a long red sash that was decorated with intricate embroidered swirls, and some darker blotches of red. V recognized it immediately. It belonged to his father. But the dark red patches were new. Dun dun dun! V lowered himself and looked into the face of the woman in the middle. Her eyes were closed lightly, her face impassive and silent. He was startled as he recognized the older woman as the one who'd sold him the white beaded necklace on the street the day before. V remembered her because she had called him the prince. He leaned in close, suddenly angry. "Why do you have this?" V asked, his voice raspy. When she didn't respond, V tried to grab the sash from her hands, but his shadow just passed right through the fabric. "Give it to me! This doesn't belong to you!" He shouted as he tried to grab it again, but couldn't make contact. After a third failed try, V yelled in frustration, his voice loud, pained, and wordless. What Alika had said was true. Cicerin was dead. Okay, but I thought there was a lot of fire. Where's all the stuff with fire? Did I just leave that out? Why am I so upset? V asked himself, confused at his own anger. Yes, it was true that Cicerin was his father, but it was also true that Cicerin had disowned V since he was a child, abandoning him for most of his life. Cicerin had never truly been a part of V's life, and as much as V wanted him to be. And yet, V always found himself wanting to gain the approval of his father. He knew that as a non-shifter, he would never be respected in Pridaria, so V spent every day training and hunting out in the grasslands, trying to prove that he was fully capable of serving his people. When he thought about it, V knew he was just trying to prove his worth to his father who was now dead, presumably by the hand of his own heir. V's expression was stony as he turned to look at Ibu, who was carefully watching the boy in silence. "Why did you take me here?" he asked, his voice hard. Ibu was the embodiment of courage and majesty, a god whom the people prayed to when they needed strength. Children of Zavanna were taught that their patron god was a hunter and a warrior of great ferocity, the most powerful of all of the gods. But when Ibu looked down at V, his expression was full of compassion and pity. There it is again, V thought to himself. It seemed that wherever V went, pity, that look of pity, always followed. He looked at the ground, avoiding Ibu's eyes. "I brought you here because you need to know the truth." Ibu's voice rolled out like low thunder. "We needed you to see for yourself." V's eyes wandered back to the red sash and fell in the darker blotches of crimson. Blood. "Well," he started, "I believe Alika now, that's for sure." "There's more," the god said. V heard Ibu turn. V V heard Ibu turn and looked up to see the lion approaching the open palace door. The palace was massive, the largest building in all of Pradaria, and the biggest man-made thing V had ever seen. It was a magnificent feat of architecture, fit for the king. But as Ibu filled the door with his pelt made of shimmering gold and red stars, V thought the palace looked awfully mundane. V followed behind Ibu, stepping lightly into the dark palace foyer. Besides the open door to the shaded marketplace, there were only small windows to the outside high up in the walls. The thick sandstone walls prevented most of the light and, more importantly, the heat from the scorching sun to enter the palace, making for a cool and shaded interior. The front room was wide, extended dozens of paces in both directions, but not deep. On the long wall opposite the front door were 3 wooden doors, seemingly out of place in the sandstone palace. The 2 smaller doors were swung open, but the large double door in the middle was latched shut. V approached the central door, taking it in. It was incredibly tall, at least 4 times his height, reaching high into the shadows of the ceiling above. The dark Asylvan wood, Asylvan, wood hung heavily from the stone walls, hardly needing the black stone latch fastening the 2 doors shut. Huh? Okay, yeah, I understand. V inhaled nervously, breathing in the faint smell of earthy forest. His gaze drifted up to the ornate carving spanning the 2 doors, meeting the angry eyes of the wooden lion. Its eyes were narrowed and face contorted in a threatening snarl, framed by a massive mane of wavy fur. Pointed teeth were carved so that they protruded out of the roaring mouth, unnerving V despite himself. Carved in the circle around the lion's face was the sun, its rays stretching out in long beams to all edges of the door. The image radiated majesty and invoked awe and fear to those entering the palace. The door had been a gift from the Asylvan people to Cicerin in appreciation for his contribution in the Entomin War years earlier. While V's mother had thought it too frightening for her home, Cicerin had thought it perfect to mark the entry into the throne room. V could hear voices inside. Bakari, he thought to himself. It had to be. Usually, the throne room was open to the public, but with the stone latch in place as it was only the king... That doesn't make sense. Usually the throne room was open to the public, but with the stone latch in place as it was only the king and those close to him would be inside. There's commas missing. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to understand what I'm trying to write here. But as the stone latch was in place, it was only the king and those close to him inside. Got it. V motioned forward, trying to make out the muffled words being spoken behind the massive door. A cool sensation came over V's being as he felt a light touch and turned, seeing Ibu's shimmering tail falling gently away from his shadow body. "We are not here for him," Ibu said, his voice tinged with sadness that V didn't understand. "This way." Ibu padded towards the open door on the right, his celestial fur glowing a faint red in the shadows. The door opened into a long hallway with tall windows carved into the sandstone along the right wall. V followed Ibu, silently, his shadow drifting through the streaks of light from the windows. He'd only ever been in the throne room before. He'd only ever been to the throne room before. I guess once before, and wondered where Ibu was taking him. What could be more important than seeing Bakari? Perhaps Cicerin had a hidden library at the back of the palace, filled with secret knowledge that could help V take back the throne. Or maybe there was some magical artifact from the gods that Cicerin had kept locked away that Ibu would now give to V. V laughed at his own thoughts. No, he wasn't like the heroes he'd read about in the stories about the gods. He was just V. Breaking the fourth wall! I am on a dream journey with a god right now, though. Maybe I am special after all. Maybe Mother was right. But V's hopes for greatness fell as he saw the stone beneath him begin to darken as they approached the end of the hallway. They were charred, blackened from fire and soot and covered in a thin layer of ash. There we go. V looked around Ibu's large figure at the door ahead and went cold. The empty door frame looked like the portal into a nightmare. The stone edges were cracked and broken beneath a layer of soot that spread over the entire hall. It looked like a bubble of black had burst in the doorway, smearing soot along the floor and walls in all directions. Cracks in the stone spread out from the door along the walls and ceiling, and crumbled stone and ash littered the hallway. Yeah, we get it. V could see ash floating in the sun-streaked air and was glad that his shadow didn't have lungs. The fire from last night. Ibu and V moved through the open door into a large back room. Like the hallway, the walls and floor were cracked and blackened from fire. Whatever had been in this room before the fire was gone, scorched into ash, leaving a harrowingly empty room. Stone rubble littered the floor in areas, and as V approached, he saw that many of the larger sections were covered in carvings. These rocks had not been cracked by fire. It looked as if someone had come in and smashed dozens of statues. A pillar of silver light shone through a circular hole in the center of the high ceiling onto a rounded stone pedestal below. The pedestal was carved with intricate images of 5 animal gods, fragmented now by thick cracks along each side. Its white stone was blackened and smeared with dark char. Atop the pedestal, V saw there's a small stone fragment. He walked up to the pedestal and picked up the rock, turning the black stone over in his fingers. Turning the black stone over in his fingers, he realized that it wasn't just a stone, but a small carved statue. And that's where it ends. That's where it ends. It's over. Dun dun dun. It's 1 statue of 5. He has to go collect the other 4. Yeah, I never wrote more than that. I guess I couldn't figure out what the statue was. Anyway, that was Feral. I hope you guys liked it. Yeah, I don't really remember this story. Honestly, I don't think I even knew it all. I was just writing. Also, I guess the Silva is the forest nation, not Jingala. I think Jingala is the swampy nation. I don't know. Has potential, very fun. Yeah, you like it? I thought in recent years I should just make it into like a 5e setting. But I think it'd be better as a YA book. Curious about Alika? Yeah, so I can answer any questions you guys have. If you want me to world build. If anyone's actually curious about that, we can. Dude, I kind of want to like make this now. But I know that I would burn out before finishing it. I can see the inspirations in Shelterness. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Reading this, I can definitely see like... It's really funny that I didn't pick up on any of the really gay stuff. Like, I had no idea. I used the word shaft. Didn't think anything of it. But yeah, I know this is crazy, but I intended it to be a trilogy. Book 1 was gonna be like the escape, what's going on, and then they go to the Asilva, the forest region. Book 2 is they go to Thessala or Thalassa and the jungle region. And then book 3 is they go to Deseri and then back to Savannah and like finish everything. That stuff that I wrote when I was a teenager definitely shows that I was a teenager. Yeah, like this is very YA, but Yeah, do you want to know what animal Alika is? So when I originally wrote the story, Alika was the main character. And they all were born with tattoos of their animals on their skin, which was really stupid. So I took that out. Alika is a kangaroo. That's her animal. So she's kind of useless. Yeah. Because it's by biome, it's not by country. What? They're really strong and fast, but she's not like a hunter, you know? She's just like, she's a good defense. That's why she's with V, because she's like, she can protect him, but like, yeah. She's not really like, she can't fly or anything, so. Ladric's a baboon, Punj is a hyena. Yeah, you know the rest. It's an accent. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, like all the countries are going to be like very mixed. Compared to like our world, they would be very mixed cultures because it's by biome. So like think of like all the grasslands you have all over the world. That's going to be like one country. I have to blow my nose. I'm going to be right back. If you have any questions, think of them now and I'll answer them when I get back. BRB. Okay. Bakari is the big bad. Is there a bigger bad and Bakari is a pawn? Bakari is a pawn. So it's kind of like hinted at in this part, but there's like greater things at stake. Like Alika. So I wrote before that like the other teens don't really know Alika because she's like, they think that she's just a nerd because she's like always studying. But she's actually like looking for like she's like training for this mission and she's like trying to, it's kind of like the Assassins versus the Templars, where she's like an assassin and she's like studying up on the history of the world and like all these secret things and like learning languages and all this stuff to like prepare for this. And there's gonna be like a prophecy about V or like something happening. Like the hottie, she's like the nerdy one. She's the one that's the smartest in their year. And then so like Alika and her dad like knew about it and like she knew the guard. Like there's a lot more people like knowing what's going on. I feel like she's cute. Yeah, she's cute. I don't think I described her as being a hottie, but yeah. What's my favorite Great Lake? Why are you asking? Why'd you ask that twice? I don't know. Oh, Erie? Because I keep saying Erie. Yeah, I don't really remember what the plan was, but I wanted them to go to each of the countries and like make an elite team of people from each country, like Avatar for some reason, and then like come back and the end was going to be about them going back to Deseri and like freeing the bug people. But like I don't really know the overarching plot. Like each country is going to have problems with the gods. And like it's supposed to be like, oh, they're like all drifting away from the gods and like V has to make them realize that we owe the gods back and we have to like, it was very much like a Christian teenager me being like, our world is so secular and people don't understand that they need to like go back to the gods. And yeah, when I gave this story to my friends at church, they just called me pagan, and I was like, okay, whatever. I come back and do Sex Machina, save the party. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Something ancient evil. No, it's just like I didn't know that there was gonna be a big overarching plot. It was gonna be something like Bakari and the people that he works with were like trying to infiltrate for like years, or I don't know, something like that. Showing the Plains of Serengeti? You missed my story. We just finished reading my book from when I was a teenager. Called Pagan as an insult reaction is so wild. Yeah, I let my Bible study read it when I was a teenager, and one guy was like, that sounds really pagan, you should stop writing it. I was like, okay. Also, I like how V voices the things that I was thinking when I was reading it, but like doesn't offer a solution, which is funny. I was like, after we read chapter 4 or whatever, I was like, okay, but why would Bakari kill Cicerin? That doesn't make any sense. And then in this chapter, V's like, why did he kill Cicerin? That doesn't make any sense, but like doesn't offer a solution. It's like I knew that there were problems with the story, but I didn't have a solution, so I just wanted to call it out so that the reader didn't think that it was like unplanned. Pretty much my running idea was, I'll figure it out later. But yeah, I think Bakari kills him as like a sign of being like, this is how it will be. Yeah, they like put the city under lockdown and stuff. This is the Guardians thing. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what that statue is. I don't know why it's on a pedestal. I don't know why. It should probably be in like a way more secret room. Like there should be like, they should go like underground, and there's like a room there that was burned. And this statue is like an important statue that they need to, I don't know. Also, I also never figured out V's powers. I mean, obviously he can like, okay, should I explain something? Yeah, I will, because it doesn't matter. But do you remember how I said how there are real animals in this world, and like they treat them as like the pure gifts from the gods, like, because the gods don't shapeshift. The gods gave shapeshifting to people. So the animals are like the gods, and that, but like people eat them for food. So V is like the pure version of human. He's like, because like if they kill like an antelope, that's like a pure antelope. But V's like the pure human, like he can't shift, he's just like, he's like a gift from the gods. So he can clearly like talk to the gods and like has a relationship that way. But also he can talk to animals later. And I think what the plan was going to be that like all of the gods and all of the animals are one. So like he can shapeshift into any animal, because every animal is every animal. They're all just like the same essence of the gods. So he's gonna be like the Avatar, I guess, and then he can change into anything. But that might be a little OP. I think that's what the plan was, but then I think even as a teenager, I was like, that seems too much like Avatar and too OP, so maybe it's not that. But I don't know. Can he produce offspring with shifters? Probably. Yeah, so you can definitely talk at least to them. I think it was gonna be like he could like commune with nature. But I think like his story would realize that like everything, like the gods and nature are all one. Hakuna Matata. Circle of life. All that stuff, and like maybe at the end of the book he'd be able to like turn into anything. So like the final fight will be him like, I don't know, shifting from thing to thing to thing. You just manipulate human body, like grow really tall. Yeah, I don't know what the plan was. But thanks for listening to my book. I know that was a lot of reading. That was 56 pages. I think also the plan was maybe you could just turn into all the god animals, which are lion, locust, owl, alligator, and orca, but I don't know. We also have to read Nightshine or Horizon, which is my other book that I wrote when I was 13. Would you guys like to do that today, or should I save it for tomorrow? Or another day? It's 4 chapters that we have to get through. Let's see how long it is. How long are each of these? Not very. Okay. Chat, do you want my 13-year-old story today, or do you want it on another day? Please answer. Wait, Farrell has 27 likes? Time for another day? Okay. So I also wrote Farrell on Wattpad, but it's way different. It's like the same world, but a different story. I'm just reading it right now. Yeah, I'll read you the prologue. It says, "Hi, I'm writing this story with my friend Charles. We worked hard on this plot. I hope you like it. Winky face." Click, click, click. Carter Richardson grimaced as he slowly adjusted the shutter speed on his highly prized camera. He was crouching and had been for the last several minutes in a very uncomfortable spot surrounded by high green grass. He was currently in South America, taking pictures of the various rare species that lived there for a surprisingly large amount of money. Not being able to handle the pain in his cramped legs any longer, the man stood, cursing under his breath as the capybara that he had been following turned tail and ran out of the nearby stream. Sighing, Carter stretched his long limbs out in front of him. As he pulled his left arm back in, he checked his muddy watch. 6:38, it read. Carter scowled again as he looked up at the dull blue sky. It would be getting dark soon. He needed to start heading back to his beach resort. It would be safe there. Throwing the straps of his various cameras over his neck, Carter turned and began crossing the large clearing amongst the trees back to his vehicle. As the scruffy man strode silently, his face looked down at the lush grass. He smiled as the realization of what was happening set in. He was in the place he'd always wanted to go, doing the thing he loved. He talked about this trip for months around his son. He was so excited. He left the boy for this trip. Not that that was such a big deal to him. The kid had a mother. God. Carter's eyes widened as a scream pierced through the trees. It wasn't human, much too high-pitched. It sounded like a small animal that had just been attacked. Adrenaline pulsing, Carter whipped his favorite camera off his neck and quickly adjusted the shutter speed. He made it ready for picture taking. He rushed into the woods, but he was already in the woods. After a few steps, Carter quickly slipped behind a large leafy bush. and tried to keep his hands from trembling. His mind started spinning. Behind him, not 5 feet away, was a snow leopard, standing over and eating a freshly killed rabbit. The man breathed deeply, sure he was mistaken. A snow leopard? Here? In the woods in South America? Carter shook his head, astonished. Camera ready, hands stable. Carter rolled over and peered around the bush with his camera at the ready. Yeah, you just said that. He pressed his finger down, once, twice, 3 times, amazed at what he was seeing. But then, his heart stopped beating as something even more amazing, more outrageous happened. The white leopard, with its back to the shocked photographer, stood on its back legs. The white and black spotted fur flattened and turned smooth, changing to a darker, warm coffee color. Skin. Its tail withdrew and its limbs elongated, growing fingers and toes. Long brown hair blossomed from the now human head and rolled down the leopard's back. Leopard in quotes. The woman yawned as she delicately wiped a small amount of blood off of her face. Carter gasped and dropped his camera. It landed with a muffled thud on the moist dirt ground. The woman's ears twitched as she turned and faced the dumbstruck man. She was clothed, thank goodness, thought Carter. In a short, snow leopard print dress. Surprise crossed the woman's face, then fear, then anger. You! She hissed, literally. Sorry. You! How do you hiss? I don't know. Carter swallowed, or tried to, but his heart was stuck in his throat. But he managed words. What are you? He whispered. The woman cursed and bared her teeth. No! You saw! You cannot see! Her angry eyes flitted to the camera and she hissed again. I cannot allow you to live! She lunged. This time, the scream was human. Dun dun dun! And that's the prologue. So that was written 15 years ago. So this was written in 2011. So I was 13 or 14. So that's 4 years before the other stuff that you read. And that's Pisto. So, I mean, Pisto's been there a while. Or, she's existed in my head for a while. That was kind of fun. Pisto, yeah. Man, the next chapter is about the son. He's just a normal guy gonna go find his dad. That's interesting. It's fun to see the ways it's come. Alright, we'll read Nightshine another time. How long is our Music League playlist? It is probably short. I'm grabbing it right now. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. Damn. That's pretty crazy. So that means we have to start that at 6:30, so we have an hour and a half. Would you guys like an hour and a half of... Also, I'm gonna change the music. Of Planet Zoo or Revelations? I'm gonna do a poll. Game. Okay, please vote. Only vote for things that you actually want to see, please. Thanks. Best 10+ minute songs? Only like 5 people would submit, but it'd be 50 minutes. That's thinking. Next one I'm gonna do is sun or summer songs. To go with rainy. that was fun reading Feral. I'm so glad that we did that. I'm actually impressed by how good it was, too. I remember it being a lot worse. Can my controller connect, please? Alright. Revelation says 1. Tired. Okay. Here we go. Coding overloaded. My Team Solar members to podcast streams, and yes, and the rest of the story. The rest of Feral? I don't even know why I call it Feral. I just like the word and because they're wild animals, I guess. What would you call the book? Feral. If I do a trilogy, what can you call all 3? I don't like how my legs are floating. There. Yeah, so I guess Asilo is the... Then what's Jingala? Is Jingala the, like, swamp nation? That would make sense, I guess. Okay. We're here. That was so fun. Now you guys know the world that I had. It's nice that that, like, exists now. Like, it's not just hidden in my Google Docs. Like, there's some record of it. Even if it never goes anywhere. You know what I mean?
Hey, no, that wouldn't happen.
It's over here. There's fan art. There is fan art, which is crazy.
My mother has arranged a marriage.
I'd say you should make fan art of V, but like, I don't even know what he looks like. Does he have shaved hair or no, or not? I don't know.
I have arranged a meeting with my uncle Ahmed and the Janissary captain, Tariq Barlater. The Janissaries are loyal to my grandfather, but they have lately become angry over his choice of the next sultan.
Your uncle?
Exactly. The Janissaries prefer my father, Selim.
You are in a tough spot. But how do the Byzantines fit into this?
Byzantines?
I had hoped you might know. Would you be willing to help me find out?
I am tracking them myself. I can help you, as long as our interests run parallel.
I will take what I can get. There is a hatch at the top of that tower which leads to a secret room.
Oh.
Go there, wait, and watch.
Okay. I forget this guy's name, but I know that he's like the big famous guy. Suleiman, right? Investigating the attempt on his life. Eavesdrop on his conversation with the Janissary captain, Tariq Barletti. Okay. How do we get up there? On the roof. These roofs are pretty cool. If he's a self-insert, we shouldn't give him a face. I guess he is kind of like the... I didn't really get his personality. He's a teenage boy who makes silly jokes and thinks girls are pretty and is awkward. Pretty much he's just me.
Heed my nephew, Tariq. Your incompetence borders on treason. And
It's
to
just you,
think that
yeah.
Today, your Janissaries were outshone by an Italian lute player. Preposterous.
That's
An
me.
inexcusable failing, Effendim. I will conduct a full investigation.
I will conduct the investigation, Tariq. For reasons that should be obvious.
Evet, Shehzadem. You have your father's wisdom.
And his impatience. Uncle, I am relieved to see you safe.
Likewise, Suleiman. Allah emanet olun.
Allah.
Tariq Bey, a word. What was the purpose of this attack, I wonder? To make me look weak? An ineffective steward of the city? If you are the hand in this mess, Tariq, you have made a grave mistake. My father has chosen me as the next Sultan, not my brother.
Ahmed. I am not depraved enough to imagine the conspiracy you accuse me of.
What have I done to earn such contempt from the Janissaries? What has my brother done for you that I have not?
May I speak freely?
You'd better.
You are weak, Ahmed.
Whoa.
Pensive in times of war and restless in times of peace. You lack passion for the traditions of the Ghazi, yet you speak of fraternity in the company of infidels. You make a decent philosopher, Ahmed, but you will be a poor sultan.
You may show yourself out.
You ass, dude. Yeah, the efforts are great in this.
Quite a family.
Everything's very
Your uncle
colorful.
lacks sway over the men he will soon command.
It looks so good.
Tariq is a hard man. Proud and capable, but ambitious. And he admires my father greatly.
But he failed to secure this palace against the Byzantine invasion. That alone is worth our attention.
Precisely.
Where should we begin?
For now, keep an eye on Tariq and his Janissaries. They spend much of their free time in and around the bazaar.
I will start there when I can.
Gulf alert? I'm not that old. Oh, you mean Ezio. Okay. Which money do we have? Can we go restore some stuff? For real though. I love Ezio. I don't want to leave him. Even though Connor is pretty hot. It's 100% the trilogy. That would make me hate him, I think. Hey, Steven. I remember how annoying it was to get in here. Did I just hear something? Thought I heard a shimmering of a loot object, but I guess not. Dude, I'm excited to play 3 though. I know I just said I don't want to leave Ezio, but I'm excited for 3. Dude, I actually like plan to catch that. And I plan to clutch that too.
Don't neglect your health. Oh yes, you seem quite pale and wan.
Heal now. Healer. Heal me.
Come back and see me if the arm turns black.
It's a Christian song. For Music League next week, can I do like a church song? Would you guys hate me if I did a The Music League prompt is songs your parents like, but you also like. My parents only listen to church music. I'm worried that if I submit a Christian song, though, people will like inherently downvote me. We'll see. It'd obviously be me, so I get free upvotes. I don't want that either. I have to earn my upvotes. Well, it probably don't have to be some of your parents, though. Just that I like. Did you see what I posted in the Discord yesterday? I saw a city that was like the best of British rock. With a giant double-decker bus on it. I took a picture and I was like, hey Chad, I found your music league taste at the Value Village.
You make it look easy, friend.
A true athlete.
Saying you were gonna submit a song last week and then it won? Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't think people would like that song and then it won. But I mean, I don't really know the collective taste, because usually the songs that win are not ones that I voted for at all.
Moving like the wind. Nicely.
Aha, impressive move.
But also, I generally don't really care about points, because I know for a fact that I don't like the taste of some people in the group, so it's fine. Oh, I'm going to that.
Down. Now.
Sorry. Wrong place, wrong time, guy. Oh, it's that. Okay. Oh, drone. Oh, you know that guy on Instagram that I talk about a lot? Sol Luna, who does all those like really good geography test videos? Today the video was, guess like what city am I in from the picture? Or country, I think. And you don't? Oh, he's the guy that they do, like, every day they do a quiz, and it's like, guess the flag by the zoomed in picture, or, like, guess the flag from Grayscale, or, name the artifact by just, like, a corner of the image. Anyway, so today it was guess the country based on the location. And they showed a picture, and I was like, oh, that's the Duomo from Florence. So this is Italy. Which I know because of Assassin's Creed. And it was right. I was like, I'm learning things for real. Well, then I didn't know the other ones, so. Fionn Raid, hello. I don't know why my alert didn't go off, but hello, welcome in. My name's Shadow Toon or Shadow Wonton or whatever you want to call me, and we're playing some Ascreed. Classic Shadows, so true. Fionn, we finished reading the story that I wrote when I was a teenager today. It was pretty fun. I was cringe and nervous about it, but people liked it. Sorry. Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad that we did it. Probably Wednesday we'll be reading the one that I wrote when I was 13 as rewards from Cringe Binge last week. And we raised enough money that I'm going to be buying tickets to Shanghai, and I'm very excited. If anyone has ever been to Shanghai or around the area of China, send me tips and stuff, because
Mia cara,
I don't know where
the
we're going.
strings of fate have drawn us together. Two Italiani, lost and alone in the Orient.
Also, this is
You must
Revelations.
feel the magnetismo.
I feel many things, Messere. Nausea above all.
Is this man bothering you, Sophia?
Excuse me, Messere, but the lady and I are... Oh! Oh, il diavolo in persona! Stay back!
Duccio.
The
A
music.
pleasure.
Run, buona donna! Run for your life!
Who was that?
Uncane. He was engaged to my sister many years ago.
Wait, that was the guy?
And what happened?
His Cazzo was engaged to 6 others. Chiedovenia.
I didn't realize
What
it was the
brings you
same
to these
guy.
docks?
I took a break from my work to retrieve a package, but here they claim the captain's papers are not in order. So I wait.
The music is crazy.
Seccatura. I could be here all day.
Let me see what I can do. I know a few ways to bend the rules.
Do you now?
My Riz.
See, I will meet you back at your shop.
Dude, Ezio is so... so cool. Just realized we got a raid. I probably shouldn't be that. Ezio is so cool. Delivery... Sophia's delivery is caught up in red tape. Recover for her. Okay. But yeah, Raiders, welcome. We're playing through Assassin's Creed games, so we're gonna be playing this one. We're also gonna be playing 3 and then 4 Resynced. Probably no others, though. Okay, this is clear that we're supposed to go. Skip that part of China? It's okay, China's a big place. Okay. I've been to Beijing previously, and we went hiking in Hebei, but this is my first time in Shanghai. Canadians can go to China for 30 days without needing a visa. So I think that's gonna be my plan. How am I supposed to get there without... There's a little tea house for Xiaolongbao. The trick is every floor is the ranking restaurant. It's best restaurants on the top floor. Wait, that specific tea house is in Shanghai? Sorry, I thought you were just telling me cool things about tea houses. Can I grab this? Or is that not it? Oh, hello? It's not here. Am I blind? Yes, yes, in the old city with the zigzag bridge. I'm gonna write that down. Actually, I'm just gonna take a picture of chat. That's easier. Okay. Because my brother lives in Shanghai with his wife, but they have like a new baby. So my plan is to go there and visit them a lot, but also like kind of treat their house like a home base and then travel. Could it be up top? My parents would be there too, but I don't know how much traveling they want to do.
Sofia Sartor. Perfetto.
Nice. Dude, they'll never know that I was here. Whee! Okay, and I'm gonna swim back this way. Just get taken around by a family? That's fair. Yeah, so my parents are going to visit my brother. But my parents are pretty old. Well, my dad is... $69. Nice. And my mom is 64. But I think they'd like to see stuff. I don't know. I asked my mom what kind of food she wants to try, and she said familiar food. So I don't know how adventurous she's gonna be. But I took my dad to Beijing before, and he had a great time. I want to go shopping too. At least in Korea, they had like a bunch of clothing stores that had like really cool stuff and like for pretty cheap. I think Shanghai is more expensive than Seoul, but we'll see. Yeah, I really want to go to the mountains. That's gonna be my favorite part, I think. And seeing my niece, obviously. Whoa. Wait, why did I get... My thing is now maxed. Because he was a Templar courier. I see. Russ, thanks for the sub. I don't know why my alerts aren't showing. They're not playing at all, right? My notoriety's much higher while playing
Salute,
this
Ezio. Any
game.
luck?
Madamigella Sofia Sartor, Libraia, Costantinopoli.
Oh no, look at the damage. Did they use this to fight off pirates?
Black Flag
Oh,
mentioned.
so far, so good. Ah, beautiful, no? This is a print of a map by Martin Waldseemüller. See here? The new lands, described by Messer Amerigo Vespucci.
Or Cristoforo Colombo. History has a strange way of unfolding.
What do you make of this body of water here?
A new ocean, perhaps. Most of the scholars I know claim the size of the globe has been underestimated.
Incredibile. The more we learn about the world, the less we seem to know. Well,
That's been
you
so cool
honored
to be
your
alive
promise.
during this like
Here's mine fulfilled.
age of discovery.
If we are correct, this should show you the location of the first book. I must admit, my head is swimming with the prospect of seeing these books. This is knowledge the world has lost, and must have again.
Even no
Perhaps
internet.
I could print a few copies to distribute myself.
No, for yeah,
A
obviously.
small
I mean,
run of 50 or so. That should be enough.
I'm just saying, if you're like, imagine just being like us, like a regular
Forgive
like
me.
layperson,
It
and
is a
finding
joy
out
to
that
see
there's like a
someone
whole
with
other
passion
continent.
so personal and noble. It is inspiring.
Goodness, where's this coming from?
Grazie, Sofia. I will return.
He's like Benedict in season 4 of Bridgerton. Benedict falls in love with Sophia just because. Oh wait, her name's Sophie. Wait, it is just like that. Benedict falls in love with Sophie because she's like so like amazed by the world. She's just happy all the time. Okay, we'll go there. Yeah, we have the internet, but I feel like people don't really... I don't know, I don't really know how to say that, but like... Because information is so accessible, people don't... It's like normalized knowledge. Like, people don't really get excited about learning stuff. I might go here. Yeah, Hangzhou I want to go to as well. But I don't really... I'm not fit. So I'm worried about that. And I probably won't be by the time I visit. Knowing myself. Every day helps. What should I do every day before going to China?
Never tolerating the assassin's cowardly ways. He must find these.
Just walk stairs? Walking pad and do 30 minutes? A walking pad? Is that like a yoga mat? Okay. Do I need to do this now? just go here. Another ruby. I mean, climb up the stairs. Definitely a lot of stairs. That's the stairway to heaven. Yeah, I know that's like the. They call it like Heaven's Eye or something, right? I don't think I could afford a treadmill or anything like that. I thought about going to the gym, but it's so expensive. If I could do a walk every day. Walk every morning. I really don't enjoy just walking for the sake of walking, but I don't want to like buy something every day, so that might just be what I have to do. Just grow up. Wait, this is where I wanted to go. Is it? $60,000. What is here? Is Sean just building the habit? Yeah, you're right. Where is this? A lot of verticals, so stairs is definitely good practice. I wonder if there's like a park near me that has stairs. Where is this? That door? I'm so confused. It's at the top. Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, to D&D. Let me see how long walking to D&D would take me. I'm gonna look it up. Walking to D&D would take me only 3 hours and 15 minutes. Honestly, that's faster than I thought it was going to. Not bad. It's only 15 kilometers away. Sequester City, gamify your walks to find something new and likely build joy for the side quest. Yeah, but doing that every day, I don't know. Just do that every day till your trip. 6 hour round trip. I do leave my house every day. Like today I went for a walk, but it was only, I guess, 30 minutes. 15 there and 15 back. Bought fruit from the corner store, or from a corner store. But I also got an iced coffee, so it's uninterrupted. There's a nice park near me. Maybe I'll just go there every day. Now that the weather's nicer, that's not smoky outside, I could probably do that. have this already? Yeah. Nicola Polo hid a book near Hagia Sophia containing clues from Masyaf Key's location. Whoa. This is pretty cool. Is there a place to jump? Pretty cool. Apollo, inventor of the mint? Oh, I thought he invented the shirt. So if you see the Odyssey? Ooh, jealous. Can I see what version you, or like what did you see it in, and would you recommend that? Yeah, I like walking, but I don't know. I usually like, need places to go. Last year I walked every day listening to audiobooks, but I just stopped for some reason. I did it for like a month. This music is lovely. This is really nice. This game is pretty. Books are inferior to feral. So true. Up there, okay. I guess we'll go. There's over here. Maybe I should get my act together and use my China trip as an excuse to be fit again. I used to be. I used to like walk to work every day. Part of my... When I first moved to Toronto, I had to take 2 different transit systems to get to work, so I would usually walk one of them, which would be like 40 minutes a day.
Would never tolerate the assassin's cowardly ways.
And I lost a lot of weight, and it was very good for me, but then when I work from home, I just stopped doing that. But the thing is, if I start doing it, then I have to do that the rest of my life. I don't want to do that. And the amounts of fried food can upset my stomach after a while, so you should take probiotics. In China specifically. It's funny, because when I last went to China, I visited my brother. And all the food that he took us to wasn't Chinese food, because his favorite restaurants were from other expats. So I was basically free to do lunge, squat, plank, dead bug. Doing it for the rest of my life will likely make you feel better. Yeah, I know. I know, and while I'm young, I should do it to prepare me for the future.
Total disrespect for propriety.
I don't want to. How would I put a dozen donuts back on my Druid stream instead? So Chinese food is fried. Yeah. Luckily my brother and his wife are very not foodies, but like they're they have a very nice palate. Is how we'll say that. Also, they're both like very athletic and very health nutty. Like they do bouldering and rock climbing and like
I am miserable enough, thank you. I don't need more encouragement.
Rumors of righteous revenge. These mad killers are just that.
they're very different from me. I remember when there were posters that I could tear down. Work out the more donuts you can take without consequences. True. Does the average person work out? I asked before how many people go to the gym, and most people said they didn't. I was of the mindset that once I left grade 10, I was like, I never have to go to the gym again. Oh, up we go. It's not Costello, but it's pretty fun. Oh, I like walking. I'm going to walk up to the roof terrace on the 4th floor. What's obesity nowadays? That's true. I did it 3 times the last week, but I'm bad about staying consistent about it. That's fair. I think that's my problem. Like, there's sometimes, like last year, I was, like, walking pretty far every day. Like, I was walking over an hour every day. Which, for me, that's amazing. And I just stopped, and I don't know why. You went out on walks again? Doing semi-regular workouts about 3 years ago. Any consistent, but I made progress. So that's good. We're going 2 times every week since starting the playlist to never stop. Good for you. Christy, hello! Thanks for a 64-month sub, hello. We've missed you. Christy was on a trip. Now she's back. Nice to see you. I'm asking Chad about how often they exercise, because I think that I want to start doing it in preparation for going to China. Problem is that I used to be in much better shape now, so I push myself too hard and then get discouraged because I'm much lower level. Got you. Yeah, I've just like never been like athletic or fit. I used to be a lot thinner, but like I've never been athletic. Since I could do it, so can you, because I didn't move at all. Yeah, sometimes I think about like, oh, I'm like, I wonder what it's like to do that. I wonder what it's like to like live that life. And I'm like, well, I guess I could just do that. I've had that thought recently where I'm like, what's stopping me? Maybe I should. My secret is no goals except turning up. I leave my house every day, but I usually, like, on the weekends, I just take the bus. But, like, I make sure that I walk every day. But it's usually only, like, 10, 15 minutes. And usually to a cafe, so, like, I negate. But as I said, like, before, like, I don't really care, but, like, my goal isn't to lose weight. It's just to, like, be more fit. If that makes sense. Like, if I look the exact same way as I do, but I can walk upstairs, that would be nicer. Cliff behind by the Polos has brought Ezio to Galata Tower. Investigate the tower, be careful. Levels in 6 minutes, that's not gonna happen. So this is the fancy tower that we saw before. I think starting with Deluxe is good. Okay. I just have to like make myself do it. Oh, we're Jedi's Fallen Order. Uh-oh. Woo! Where are we? Whoa, this is cool. Seamaster, hello. For Japan, I walked every day for 3 miles around my neighborhood. Got back from the trip and have been sedentary since. I have excuses, but I need to be better about it. I feel you. Yeah, I'm someone that just like has to make myself do it. Oh. It's just definitely part of it. I used to be able to leave work at 6:45 and go to the dance fitness class in the corner with a friend. It was just there. Yeah, see, I work from home. Like, if I want to do something, I have to make myself leave. Okay, I don't understand where to go from here. Oh. I see. This is cool. Yeah, Monksy mentioned a walking pad, but if it's like an electronic thing, I don't have any space for that in my apartment. Okay. I don't know what I did wrong there. Yeah, main thing is consistency. Ever since, so I've been going to the dentist because I have been putting that off for a long time. I've been going since, when did I start? May? And ever since my first appointment, okay, I don't know why I missed that. Okay, I did the same thing, but whatever. Ever since that first appointment, I've been flossing and brushing my teeth twice a day, every day. And I haven't missed a day. So I think if I can do that, I can start exercising every day too. Just make myself... I'm trying to become a better adult by adding one thing every few months. Wait, I missed that, sorry. A lot about weight loss is a lot more about the kitchen than the gym. Yeah, I've heard that too. It's both, right? Eat less, exercise more. That's what my biology teacher used to tell me. Yeah, honestly, my goal is not to lose weight. I don't really care about that. I just want to, like, be... able to be more active without, like, losing my breath, you know? Yeah. Just reading Dish's message. This is cool, and the music is very good. Yeah, anything that requires you to buy a machine or like pay lots of money, I don't want to do that. I want you just to jump over that. Okay. This music's great. Got cheap off Facebook Marketplace, nice. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a bike. I don't know if that's better. The waterfall! Whoa! Water effects. I just lost a ton of weight by getting to running. Ugh, I have no desire to run. Personally, that's so unappealing to me. Yeah, do you want to get really hot and sweaty and tired for no reason? No, I don't ever want to do that. Oh. This is just under Constantinople? I read up if I fall. Imagine you said that there. Dude, this is so cool. Better grab those poles. No loot back there. Whoa. Oh, good thing they put lights in here. Who changes that light bulb? Yeah, I don't think running would be great for me either. I just don't want to be, I don't want to be exhausted. Biking could be fun. This reminds me a lot of Jedi Fallen Order, this whole like area. Especially the sliding to get here, but it feels like this. Is there like a section like this in Fallen Order? The cave system? Wherever the planet is when you get the crystal, Kyber crystals. I'm running out of time. of running, I do incline walking. So let's hope my knees don't hate me. Okay. I'm trying to do the thing here. Oh, okay. That was weird. Uh-oh. Ezio? Ezio? Old man Ezio? Looking for secrets. Taking like breaks, it shouldn't be exhausting, just temporarily tiring. Yeah, I'll just do parkour. I'll go from being very unathletic to doing whatever Ezio's doing. I'll just die. Oh. Okay. This looks like there should be something there. Oh! It's gonna animus. True, true. Bleeding effect. A hand such as the beacon. I can say that now because I get the reference because I played the game. It took too long. Ezio, it took too long. No thoughts behind those eyes. A new ad touches the That scared me so bad when it happened to me. I've seen ads on Instagram for those things that are like, if you walk the distance of Mordor, then they like mail you a badge. And I was like, that sounds fun. And then I realized it costs like $200 to sign up for that. They're scams. They absolutely are. Hi, Broken. Relations, it's been fun. I'm only gonna play it for another half hour or so. You know someone who got to Rivendell? Did they regret how much it cost? I keep thinking these things aren't open, so like I'll go to them and open them, but then they are. Wait, should I change my color? We're here. Someone pick my color. Ooh. Bosnian indigo. Masaya for white. Byzantium red. Violet. Gold. No pink. White, red. Let's go red. It's kind of like pink. Okay, I'm gonna go to the healer and then the bookstore. I wonder if there are there Pokemon gym badges I can get for for walking? That's what I really want. The Odyssey! Chat, we know that one. What's the point of buying these? Does it increase the money of Istanbul? Metamorphosis. Who wrote that? Is that Kefka? That's right? The golden ass. Like Ibu.
Please come again.
Did buying that do anything for me? There's an achievement. Oh, well, I just wasted all my money for no reason. That's off limits. Honestly, still good if you watch on a small cinema screen in case anyone wants to know. I did want to know. That's good to know. I really want to see an IMAX 70mm, but it's sold out for like over a month, I think.
Not a problem. I'll be here if you need me.
My brother said he wants to go with me, but I keep asking him what day and he doesn't respond to me. So if he doesn't respond to me, I'll probably just go see it by myself this weekend. Either an IMAX or 70mm, whichever one I can get tickets for. So it is being shown at the tiny movie theater that I like to go to. Well, that seems like a bad idea. Just seeing it on a tiny ass screen. Tickets for 70mm non-IMAX in August. Nice. Toronto luckily has multiple IMAX theaters and multiple 70mm theaters, but only one. Well, there's one in Mississauga and one in Vaughan with IMAX 70mm.
You held fire in your hand, old man. It should have been destroyed.
Destroy the only thing capable of ending the Crusades and creating true peace? Never.
Forgive me for this, Mentor. But the apple corrupted you, and through you it would have corrupted us. For us to live, you had to die.
Is it truly over? Is that sorcerer dead?
He was no sorcerer. Just an ordinary man in command of illusions. Have you prepared the pyre?
I have, but... Altair, some of the men will not stand for such a thing.
Too bad.
Let me handle it.
With the apple. Which has not corrupted me, I swear. Altair has killed his mentor, Al-Mualim, for betraying the assassins. Make sure AI. Make sure Al-Mualim is truly dead. The assassins understand why. Okay.
Are you fit to travel?
Well enough, yes.
I asked Malik to ride to Jerusalem with news of Al-Mualim's death. Would you ride to Acre and do the same?
Of course.
What happened?
Excuse me.
So much confusion. What is happening?
Okay. Can I run? No, I can't.
How did it come to this?
My
I guess
mind was
floating.
clear, but my body, it would not move.
Was our mentor the cause of this confusion?
I do not believe.
So this is the end of AC1, but this doesn't happen in AC1. This is post AC1.
What has happened here?
Our mentor deceived us all. The Templars corrupted him.
Where is your proof?
Walk with me, Abbas, and I will explain.
And if I find your answers wanting?
I will talk until you are satisfied.
Ooh. Dude, Altair is cool.
Do you remember the artifact we recovered from Robert de Sable in Solomon's temple?
The artifact you were sent to retrieve, what others delivered?
Yes. It is a Templar tool. The Apple of Eden. It can conjure illusions and control men's minds. A deadly weapon.
And you believe Al-Mualim fell under its spell?
I do. Today he used the apple to enslave Masyaf. You saw that for yourself.
I do not know what I saw.
Listen, Abbas. The apple is safe in Al-Mualim's study. When I'm finished here, I will show you all I know.
Cool. The proper accent for this game? Does he not have this same voice in the first game?
Altair! No!
I must know that he cannot return.
But this is not our way. To burn a man's body is forbidden. Defiler!
So this American voice, that's
Hear
funny.
me out. This body could be another one of Al-Mualim's phantoms. I must be certain.
Lies! All your life, you have made a mockery of our creed. You bend the rules to suit your whims, while belittling and humiliating those around you. Restrain him!
Did you not hear him? Al-Mualim is bewitched.
Whoa. That would kill Geralt. Oh. Okay.
I will do anything. Just let me go. No need to kill me.
Am I just disarming them? Uh-oh. Attack me again. Okay, and then one more. Nice. Luckily there's a haystack there. Yeah, that's
What did I tell you, Altair?
coincidence.
Stop! What did you think would happen when
Dude!
you murdered our beloved mentor?
You loved Al-Mualim less than anyone. You blamed him for all your misfortune, even your father's suicide.
My father was a hero.
This
What?
is not the time to quarrel over the past. We must decide what
How
to
can
do
they
with
hear
that
each
weapon.
other?
Whatever this artifact is capable of, you are not worthy to wield it.
No man is.
Except for me. Except for me. You about that guy that was killed for thinking he was better than the gods? Surely no man could be better than the gods, except for me! Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where? Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Wait. Okay, okay, okay. I'm supposed to do all this? How am I supposed to do all this? Where am I supposed to go? This way. Ah! I supposed to go there? Chat, help me. Up the wall, I guess. Remember that beam? Okay, okay, okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so then... Here, here... And up? Okay, okay, okay. It's here?
What was that?
It's just on the ground?
Are they dead?
I'm the Avatar!
I did not know.
You gotta deal with it.
Have you anything to teach us? Or would you lead us all to ruin?
Dude, Altair's cool. Dude, Altair's cool.
Altair. Barely 26 and already a Grandmaster in command of a divided order. How does one cope with such responsibility and unlimited power?
He's just a babe. I want to play Creed 1? No. I'll probably watch all the cinematics. But I've been told the game is not good. That was pretty cool, though.
I have made the acquaintance of an Ottoman prince named Suleiman. He's a clever young man, with a fortitude
We'll finish
uncommon
this,
for his
then we'll do
age.
3 and then 4.
On his suggestion, I will be investigating some wayward Janissaries who may be in league with the Templars. With luck, they will lead me straight to the core of the Templars' leadership. Meanwhile, the Venetian Sophia Sartor continues to help me find the hidden Masyaf keys. She is a diligent woman, full of passion and vigor, and I enjoy her company immensely. But I dare not tell her the purpose of my stay here, nor of my true vocation. Those who do not volunteer in our struggle should not be forced to fight it.
What's that symbol? Okay, but what's going on with Desmond? Can we go back to Desmond in 16? Surely this game is essential in Desmond's story. Something's gotta happen.
You see this rack? Incredible quality. Your feet will love you more than your wife does.
I am not married.
Ah, you are better off. Come, feel it.
You have sold well today.
I have not sold a thing. The Janissaries confiscated most of my rugs just because they were imported.
Just
Do
like an
you know Tariq
Anthropian.
Barletti, their captain?
He's around here somewhere, an arrogant man, but... you insult me, sir. I cannot take less than 200 aksha for this. My final offer.
When I find him, I will ask about the rugs.
You drive a hard bargain, Yabanche. Shall we compromise? At 180? 180 aksha. And we part as friends.
Ezio and Suleiman suspect that the Janissary captain Tariq Barletti is involved with the Templars. Find and tail him to learn more. Track 2 bombs with... Track 2 guards with bombs. I don't like the bombs that much. There's just other things that I have to deal with. I'm simple. But if we find a bomb place, I'll make more. I'll make the clay ones. Oh. What just happened? Why am I, what? Why am I here? What? I just hit start. Okay. That happened to me before. I pressed a button. Okay, I want to go to the bomb shop. There isn't any near me. Well, not full sync then. I had cherry bombs, but won't they kill? Yeah, I guess the tutorial is just this button. Yeah. Wait, no, now open the map. I don't know then. Is it this one? I took a screenshot. Nope. Oh, I just took like 8 screenshots. It's still popping up. I'm poor.
Sometimes I think there are not enough hours.
But the multiplayer for this game was so good. I used to watch those Achievement Hunter videos of them playing it.
It would seem life is returning to normal. At least my son has been hired as a spy by the Pusher. My husband is making me...
Dude, why are you stopping all the time?
Of all Mehmet's accomplishments, I'm beginning to think this bazaar was the finest.
That's what you have to say?
If you have no business here, you do not belong. Lead the way!
Uh-oh. What? 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 Wait. I wasn't in the crowd? Sorry, Ezio. You scared the crowd away. I see.
Of all Mehmet's accomplishments, I'm beginning to think this bazaar was the finest.
Okay.
If you have no business here, you do not belong. Lead the way!
That crowd specifically. I see.
No loitering!
Uh-oh.
If you have no business here, you do not belong.
I see what's happening. Oh, I see what's happening here. You're faced with greatness, and it's true. Open your eyes. Let's begin. Yes, it's really me, Maui. Breathe it in. I know it's a lot. The hair, the bud. When you're something of a demigod.
This is an important meeting. Make sure I am not being followed.
Those guys are scary. I'm supposed to... Oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Do I look done with you? Have I said dismissed?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think jumping on that person was not a good thing to do. Is a live action Moana? Yeah, it tanked. I wouldn't like to watch that ever, actually. It feels like a total waste of time.
When I was a young man, there was a baker who worked right here, selling fresh simit all day, every day. And on my 3 days, I would buy 2 at a time, sometimes 3. It is a shame.
Why is that guy? Who are you talking to?
Perhaps your business will do better.
There's no one there. Shot Shot remake, and the main actress is really bad, and it's just like soulless, and it's a cash grab, and also the movie is already from 2020, like 2016. I don't know why it needs a remake, and I hate all the Disney remakes. I don't think there's a single one that's good. Whoa, whoa. Okay. That was an inconvenient time.
Cancer.
It makes me as upset of the How to Train Your Dragon remake. I hated that. It's just like there's no reason they should exist. And they do. I'm just really glad that Moana, the live action one, lost a lot of money. Maybe they'll stop doing them now. See you, girls.
Nice move, but not in mid-thread.
Is he familiar? Oh, praise be on you, good warden!
Let me get out of your way.
Looks like 200 million? Yeah, I think so.
Back tomorrow.
And I hope so.
If I have not disposed of all this foreign-made garbage, I will confiscate it myself and throw it into the Bosphorus. Lead the way!
Uh-oh.
No, he's not here.
So you refuse to move that edits at the Rock's nipples for every scene.
Help! Assassin! I am not involved! Mercy, please, just leave me be!
I agree. That was crazy. Did you see how I like flew off the zipline? Also, I like when they did the live action Lion King remake that's just completely CGI, but people call it live action. I think that's really funny. Okay, walk up the other side in less than 19 seconds. Good thing you can't look up. She made Pharaoh it's so true.
What news?
Manuel has agreed to meet you, Tarek. He's waiting by the Arsenal gate.
An eager old weasel, isn't he? Come.
Most interesting.
Oh, I did it wrong. He'll do it soon. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. He's a madman. I do look like a madman. This, oh, okay. It's freaking... Can you freaking climb this roof? What are you doing? What are you... Okay, should we do this? Yeah, we should probably do this meeting mission before going to Sophia. Let's go here. So what I do daily to get in shape? Yeah, that's what my fitness plan is. How about I fitness? Sorry. Fitness plan? More like... Sorry, where is this bomb shop place? It's up here? What? More like I plan to fit. Yep. Okay, okay, okay. You can. Okay, Ezio, you can climb this. What do you. Okay. Yep, no, that's great. I just want you to go over one wall, dude. Is that so hard? First, we'll send our guys out on a mission. Great. Wow, look at this guy. I can take his hood on or off. I can't upgrade him. This guy has skill points. Oh, I see. Wow. This is my favorite part of the game. One sec, chat. Let me just... Let's level them up a little bit. Yep. Speak in public. Go. Alright, done. And then we'll craft some bombs. Good night, Luke. Oh, we have to do Music League. I completely forgot what time it was. I didn't even do that right. Okay, we're gonna quit. And we're gonna play some, not Assassin's Creed, we're gonna play some Firewatch Sim. Big stretch. Should we arrested in Toronto attempting to climb public buildings? Dude, I'd do that if I could. Get arrested. Alright, thanks for watching on the VOD. I hope that you enjoyed Feral. Tomorrow's stream is Civ with Alex, but we'll read Nightshine / Horizon on Wednesday. Bye, YouTube.